Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this educational section full of learning and serious people. With this, we're gonna blow this class up. Are you ready?
Hi everyone and welcome to this video. Here you will learn about the 4 listening sections of the FC exam to develop new skills and put in practice some recommendations in the moment you're taking this part that tests your listening capacity to be a B2 level. Let's go!
So now let's look at listening part 1 of FCE. This part of the listening test is always a multiple choice question. It tests your ability to listen for gist. There is a general meaning or listen for detail, and often tests your ability to recognize the speaker's feelings, attitudes, and opinions. You will hear 8 short unrelated extracts with either 1 or 2 people speaking for approximately 30 seconds each. There is one multiple choice question per extract, each with 3 options, A, B, or C. So here are some tips to help you do well in this part of the exam.
Do it! Just do it!
1. Understand different accents. You should practice with a variety of accents, such as British, American, Canadian, Australian, among others. 2. Read the sentence. Before you listen, read the sentence carefully, which introduces the recording. You are given a short time to do this. 3. Recognize distractor. A distractor is a word or an expression that seems to be the right answer, but is, in fact, wrong. 4. Improve your skills by listening for pleasure. You should practice your overall listening skills by listening to things you enjoy in real life, such as music, films, radio, or even podcasts. 5. Listen the whole clip before deciding. Just because you hear the word or phrase doesn't mean that is the right answer. 6. Use second listening to compare your answer. And 7. If you really are still not sure, then have a guess. Don't leave any question unanswered.
Well, let's pass with the section 2 of the exam. This level of difficulty of the part is B2 and it's like upper intermediate level, and in this section we can find sentences that are incomplete, with blanks that must be filled and with what we heard in the audio that is presented. It is only one audio, but like all the other sections it can be listened to a maximum of 2 times, and here we always have 10 gaps, 10 sentences, so we need to pay a lot of attention to what the recording is saying. We have recommendations to make this part easier. So the first recommendation is read the sentences before the audio starts. Why? Because like that we can identify those who seems easier, so you can guess the missing part quickly. In the second part we have practice British English before the exam.
British accent? I can do that. Can I have some bottle of water? Harry Potter. Professor? Shut up, mouthful.
As always, to understand the sentences you need to be familiar with the English lexicon, and for that you need to practice. Listen to songs, histories, audios, etc. to get a better idea of what you will hear. Third, and this is linked to the tip 2, and it's like you, after you have listened to the audios in British English, try to write it, what you heard. The tone may be varied, but the English is still the same, so you can get used with the words and different English pronunciations. And the last recommendation is like always take the second time of recording carefully. Even if in the first one you get all the answers, it must be the last time you clarify and check what you did. Never take anything for granted.
Now, we're going to continue with the FC listening part 3. In this section has 5 short related monologues. You will listen to 5 different speakers talking about the same subject. There are 8 statements, for the A to the H, and your task is to match each speaker to one statement. The point is that there are 3 extra letters you don't need to use, so it makes the choice more difficult. But what you have to do is read the first line of the instruction carefully. This will tell you the subject of the talks. Now, read the 6th option right on the page. There is one extra, and start thinking of ways to paraphrase the ideas. And as you listen, try to match the ideas and not the words. If a speaker uses the word from the one of the answers, there is a 99% chance that is not the correct answer. Yeah, I feel like a clown. Well, we need to continue. Now, you wonder, what skills do I need for this exam? Well, this part of the exam is about how you understand attitudes and opinions, plus your ability to work out the overall meaning of what someone is saying. Right now, I'm going to tell you some tips for this section. You will give 3 seconds to view the question before the listening part starts. When you are reading them, you should try to think of other ways of saying the same thing. On the tape, you will hear words which mean the same. This will help you to identify the speaker. And finally, don't worry if you don't get all the answers during the first listening. Make sure that you only fill the answers that you are sure of. Then, use the second listening to confirm your answers.
Part 4 is called multiple choice and is actually very similar to the first part. Both are multiple choice and they are characterized by their trick questions and the repetition of words on more than one answer. This part consists of listening to an audio of approximately 3 minutes, in which we will hear several people speaking in an interview. After listening to the audio twice, we will have to check out 7 multiple choice questions with 1 single correct answer. It's necessary to read the questions before listening to the audio, so we focus our attention on looking for the information they ask. As my other friends have said some recommendations, I will tell you as well what do you need to put in practice in part 4.
Because I'm such a good friend.
Before listening, they give you the instructions and about a minute to read the questions and the options. You need to put all your attention here as you kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Let's get it!
First, you understand the subject of a conversation, which helps to make you think in the right direction. And second, you get immediately involved in the process of listening. Read quickly but carefully, and again, underline the keywords. Take into consideration that it's a conversation, so important words might be in interviewers' questions and interviews' answers. For example, if there's a question about feelings, focus on what a person explains concerning feelings, not his actions.
Feeling my way through the darkness.
Try to get which one is the main and which is the secondary. In addition, we can find a lot of material appropriate for B2 level online that will help us in our way to the exam. And finally, it's also important to know the vocabulary in English, as this will allow you to understand what they're saying without any problem. Thank you.